everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to Mystical Munchies, featuring the Marvel Eat the Universe cookbook. After we cooked Dazzler's pizza bagels last week, and discovered edible glitter is actually a thing, we're back to making something somewhat normal. Today we're making Deadpool's Chimichangitas. First up, let's tell the story. If Deadpool is the merc with a mouth, does that mean he's known for his palate? Secret fact, Deadpool doesn't really love chimichangas. He just loves saying the word. Well, Deadpool has never had my chimichangitas, which are tiny chimichangas that are so delicious you'll break the fourth wall and possibly mutter an expletive or two. Chimichangas are basically deep-fried burritos, but you can get away with shallow frying these little nuggets of nom. Or, if you're the kind of person who has an air fryer, just spritz them with oil and air fry until golden brown. Well, it turns out I actually do have an air fryer, but we're going to fry them up in oil properly. So, we're first going to head over to the table to go through the ingredients. For this recipe, we're going to need flour tortillas. We're going to need enough to make 12 mini tortillas. Quarter of a cup each of all-purpose flour and water. A cup of shredded cheddar cheese, or sharp cheddar cheese. Half a cup of black beans, and we're going to have to drain those. I've got the strainer in the sink already for that. A cup of finely cooked chicken, which is currently cooking in the oven right now. So if you're hearing the oven chirping, that's what it's doing. Canola oil for frying, which is actually right over here. Some kosher salt, and then we've got optional garnishes. We may use some of that. I picked up some cheese sauce a while back for the Quiet Hounds that I never used, so we may use that here. But we can move into the kitchen because we need to solve a problem. We've got rice here that I need to cook, but it's raw and I don't have a rice cooker. So you're probably asking, Phoenix Knight, how are you going to cook this rice without a rice cooker? Well, among other things, we're going to move into the kitchen to find out. As a disclaimer, I've never actually done this method of cooking rice before because I don't really eat rice all that often. So, if this works, I'll put a link to the recipe I'm using in the description down below. So, the first thing we need to do is we need to take however much rice we want. Remember, we wanted, I believe it was a cup of rice, right? Yes, we wanted a cup of cooked white rice. So we're going to take our carton of rice. There we go. It was giving me a fit trying to get it open. We'll pour that off. Oh, that's a little more than a cup, but liberties will be taken, I'm sure. We'll get that closed up. Then once we've got that, we're going to cover it with about 2 inches of water. So I'm going to turn over to the sink and do that. Okay, so there's our rice that's currently soaking in water. I'll go grab my phone, which is over on the table. I'll get a 20-minute timer going for that. We'll kick that out of the way. And then while that's soaking out of the way, we can work on some of the other stuff for the recipe. So we'll bring the tortillas in shot next. Next up, we're going to take these flour tortillas. Hopefully we can do this 2 at a time. We'll find out here. So I'll start with 2 and we'll see how it goes. So we're going to take a ring cutter, which I've got right here. We want a 4-inch ring cutter. And we're going to cut out mini tortillas until we get 12 of these things. And it looks like we're going to need 12 of these tortillas. So we're going to push this in. See if we can get a clean cut. And of course we can't. Are you using... No, I think I'm using the right side. These might just be too thick. Well, backup plan is I actually ordered another set of these cutters off of Amazon. So we're gonna try this other ring cutter out. We'll see how this works. Okay, that worked. That worked better. I don't think I'm comfortable with trying to go through 2 of them, though. And I don't think I can get 2 out of these, unless... I won't be able to get 2 out of that one. So let me try going a little bit closer to the edge on this one. Getting 2 here might work. Press that in. Come on. Okay, that actually worked. Now, do we have enough? Just barely. Okay. There's 3. Like I said, I'm still not comfortable trying to go through 2 of these. Trying to go through 2 of these tortillas in one shot. I'm gonna get that as close to the edge as I can. I'm gonna try to press into it. Okay, that little bit of grinding seemed like it was helpful. So 4. There's 5. Come on. Oh, no. Well, I think for funsies, we're going to try 2 at a time now that we've discovered that little grinding. It's probably not going to work. These are still going to be too thick, probably. Yeah, I think they're still a little too thick. Alright, so what are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that is definitely not going to work. Seven. Oop. It's not wanting to tear clean. So that should be at 7 now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. Eight. Hopefully I only need 2 more tortillas, but we'll find out soon enough. 9. This will work for 10. Okay. Come on. There we go. 11. 12. We go right here. I'm just going to count these up real quick just to make sure I've got enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay, perfect. I do have enough of those. So the scraps can hit the bin. The rest of the tortillas can go back in the fridge. That can get out of my way. That's the garbage can I'm getting out of my way. So now we're going to kill two birds with one stone, because remember how I needed to drain the black beans? I'm going to take care of that now. It's not technically part of the recipe, it's supposed to be done already, but I'm taking liberties as it is. So I'll move over to the sink to do this. Okay. Seems like there's a few stubborn beans in there that don't want to come out. I think we got them. Okay. Alright, so we'll give that a rinse. Okay, and actually I almost forgot what I was getting this out for. Because I need to get a damp paper cloth, or paper towel, I should say. We'll wring it out. I'm going to see if I can find the other end I had of this. Okay, that'll work. So now I want to put the tortillas, the mini tortillas, in the paper towel. And then while I'm finishing with rinsing the black beans, I'm going to put the tortillas in the microwave for about 10 seconds until they're just pliable. Get the lid out of the way for the time being. Let's see, how do we want this to go? There we go. Okay. Alright, good enough on the beans, which means we can get those into one of our bowls for later. Easy does it. Ah. This isn't going to go as well as I was hoping it would. I'm going to move over to the counter for this. Keep it on a plate. This way I can pick up any of the beans that fall out. Okay, we got that. Alright, beans are ready to go for later. Hopefully the plate can hit the bin now. The tortillas should be able to come out as well. Oh yeah, I can work with those. Alright, I'll get those over to the counter as well. And I think right now, looking at the recipe, it would help if I bring the other cookbook into the kitchen as well. Actually, we can move back over to the main counter for the next step. We're actually coming back to the rice, because the 20 minutes that I put that into soak just ticked off. So, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to pour the water off it's been soaking in. Hopefully without losing any of the rice. Okay. We lost maybe a couple grains of it, but that's okay. Alright, so there's our soaked rice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the amount of... We're going to take the measurement of the rice. We had a cup that we wanted. So we're going to grab another cup of water. Easy. Whoa, not that fast. Okay, so we're going to take another cup of water. Pour it in. You guys are getting a twofer this week on Mystical Munchies because, again, I had to try this method out of cooking rice without a rice cooker. So now we've added the water in, which means we're going to bring this over to the stove. The chicken's about ready to go off any second, so we'll put that on the stove. And we'll put that over, we want it to be over medium-high heat, so I'm going to put it on medium-high heat. That's going to go at about a 7. So now I want to wait for that to boil. Turn the heat to low, cover. I've got the cover ready for that. And I want to cook for another 10 to 15 minutes. So while we wait for that to boil, the next step will involve the chicken once that comes out. So I was a bit of a derp earlier when I went to start the rice boiling. Helps turn on the right burner, doesn't it, Phoenix? Now that it's moving, that's going to be boiling for about another 13 minutes. While we wait for that, though, there are a few other things we can do. Like we'll go ahead and shred up the chicken here. See if we can get it nice and finely shredded. I don't think this is going to shred particularly well. This is actually a pretty thin chicken breast. These are pretty thin chicken breasts. They might have been in the oven for too long, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Usually when I shred chicken in the crock pot, probably because it cooks for so long, it comes right apart. So this is probably not going to be a great shredding job, but it'll be done at least. But like I said, not a great shred job, but it's done. So I will go ahead and shred up the other chicken breasts, and then we'll bring the flour and shot next. The chicken's shredded. It's not great, but it's shredded. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a 1/4 cup of flour. That'll be a little bit more than a 1/4 cup. And a 1/4 cup of water. I'm not using dishwater that I've got going. Alright. And the flour can go back up. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this until it's smooth. So basically what I'm looking for here is I'm going to get a little bit spoilerific, but I want something like a paste here. Which that is clearly not, so I'm going to need a little more water. Not that much. I don't want this to be too runny though, because like I said, it needs to adhere. And I think I got it too runny. Yeah, I think I got too much water in there. Yeah, that's running too much. I don't think that's going to hold as a paste. We'll find out though, but my instincts are telling me that this isn't going to hold. But we can put that off to the side. We'll find out if it'll hold soon enough. But we should be able to come back when the... I think we'll be able to come back when the rice is ready. So we're going to do this one at a time. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take each tortilla on a clean work surface, which this is going to serve it as. And I want to leave a half-inch border around the edges. Assemble the cheese, beans, rice, and chicken in the center, wanting to be careful not to overfill it. So we'll start off with a little bit of chicken. Trying not to overfill this. A little bit of cheese. Some beans. These are going to end up being a lot smaller than I expect, aren't they? Trying to make sure we get enough space on the border. And some rice. Okay, hopefully this will... there is no way I'm going to be able to close that, is there? Well, we'll find out, but I doubt... I'll take a quick sample of the rice. That definitely turned out. So the link to that will be in the description down below. Anyway, that's way too much. So I'm going to pull some of the rice back. But yeah, that first one is going to be way overfilled. But yeah, I don't think we'll be able to deep fry this one, but okay, so yeah, that was rather dumb on my part. We can probably just make it a regular burrito, but I'm going to grab a paper plate for that. We'll get that out of the way. Then we'll bring another tortilla in shot and actually try not to overfill the blasted thing this time. I think part of the problem here is that the chicken is just too big. So we'll grab like a piece or two of chicken. Some cheese. Maybe some beans. And a little bit of rice. Like even less than I had originally. That should work a lot better. I think that'll close. Even that might still be a little too small. Okay, so now I want to fold two opposite sides slightly over. And fold the bottom over. These I think are too small. Yeah, I'm almost certain I made these way too small. Well, it looks like I'm going to have regular burritos. Looks like I'm going to have regular mini burritos instead. Which I can probably work with that, though. So I'll go ahead and prepare these up. Let me see if I can actually get one to at least go. The way I want it to. Have a little bit of that. Some beans. That was supposed to be a 4-inch cutter, and I measured... Well, I know I measured the ones I bought at Hobby Lobby, and I grabbed the biggest one out of the pack from Amazon. Let's see if this one's actually going to close. No. Alright, well. C'est la vie. I think I made the... I'm going to grab a ruler right back. I'll be right back. They're definitely 4-inch tortillas. I grabbed a ruler and I measured it. Maybe I just need to fill them with even less than I'm using here. It'd be nice to have at least a few of these to be able to deep fry. I think part of the problem here again is that the chicken is just too big. This one actually should close, I think. We'll find out. Even this one isn't. This is the closest one I've got so far, and I've still got it pouring out. And I've still got filling pouring out the edges. This is annoying. Because the pictures I'm seeing here are showing me two things. One, I'm not supposed to have filling pouring out. And two, I still don't like how the flour water mixture is turning out. It doesn't help either that I'm really hungry after 2 workouts today, and this was supposed to be dinner tonight, and I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to close this. I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to get one of these to try to deep fry so I can actually have a salvageable taste test. Okay, this still isn't working. This one looks promising. Let me see if I can close it here. Oh, that's coming out thick. It's actually turning out a lot thicker than I thought it would be. Is it enough to... It looks like it's just barely enough to hold it shut. But I still don't like that I've got filling coming out of the... I still don't like that I've got filling coming out of the edges here. The second I put that in the oil, it's not going to stay. We'll try it, but still. We'll try one more of these. Maybe we can get one of these to go. Grab like one piece of chicken. Maybe a pinch of cheese. A few beans. Plus, I'm looking at this, like I said, I'm really hungry after 2 workouts. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is probably not even going to fill me up. I might also be pulling the sides in too far, and that's causing some problems. Yeah, this is not holding shut at all. Yeah, I don't even trust dropping the ones that I'm able to get somewhat sealed in the oil, because they'll come out and nothing. They'll come out of the oil. They'll fall apart the second they go in the oil. Trying to get at least one of these I feel comfortable putting, that I would feel comfortable putting in oil, and so far I'm not getting anywhere with that idea. The problem also might be that I'm folding the sides over too far. I don't think this one's going to hold, but we'll try it. Yeah, still, the problem I'm running into here is... even once I fold them in, it's still immediately peeling on the... it's still immediately coming back on the edges. So I don't even trust trying to put these in the oil, because the filling is all just going to spill completely out. So... yeah. I'm trying to get at least one that I can actually... that I feel like I can actually put in the oil, but I don't like our chances of going into the oil here. This actually might land in the botch pile, but we'll see. Okay, so I know I'm supposed to be making like I'm supposed to fold it over like that, then like this. See, the problem I'm running into, the problem I'm still running into here... well, this one actually might... let me see if I can get this one to paste shut, but this one... I think this one I'd feel comfortable putting in the oil, but so far it's the only one I would feel comfortable putting in the oil. We might actually, though, but I'm going to see if I can make a couple more of these that I can put in the oil, and then we'll come back when we're ready for that. I've been working on getting the kitchen cleaned up here, so after all of that mess, I ended up with a total of 3 chimichangitas that I feel comfortable dropping into the oil. I'm still nervous that once they go in, the filling is just going to go everywhere on them. So it looks like I'm going to end up with 9 mini burritos and 3 chimichangitas once it's all said and done. So I've got the temperature probe for the oil heating up. Right now we just hit 331. So we're going to go ahead and watch this in real time heat up. 333. The bright side is it'll be easy to just fry up the 3 chimichangitas. I'm still worried about 2 things happening. One, the filling still looks like it's going to go everywhere on these 3 that I've got once they hit the oil. And the same thing's going to happen once they get turned. So I'm going to have to watch these very carefully. Alright, we're just about up to temperature now. So of course they provide a tortilla guide, a tortilla test to check if the oil's ready, but I use a temperature probe because I don't cook by feel. 349, so we should be hitting temperature any second now. There we have it. All right, you shut it and probe out into the dishwater. Okay, let's drop these into the oil and see what... I'm going to grab a pair of tongs for this. I know I've got a pair of tongs in here somewhere. I just got to remember where they are because I'd rather not drop them in and splash oil on my hand. Okay. And in you go. I think I needed a bit more oil, but we're going to watch those carefully. So you guys can't see it because I don't like to hover the camera over hot oil. That seems like a very bad plan. But so far it seems to be holding. Hopefully that'll stay true when I go to turn these. But I am going to continue with working on cleanup over here, and I've got most of the dishes all caught up. So we're going to end up having essentially a comparative taste test between the chimichangitas versus the mini burritos. So we want to let these cook until deeply golden brown on all sides. So I am going to have to turn these at some point. But hopefully the filling isn't going to go everywhere when I go to turn these. The only way to know is to find out. The only way to know for sure is to find out when I go to turn them. See if I can straighten these kinks in the probe cable out. I'm just doing a little bit of work on, like I said, on cleanup stuff off camera. And that drawer's stuck in the parchment paper again. Well, it seems to be in. Alright, well, I think in this case, while we wait for those to fry up, I'm going to go ahead and start getting the rest of my dinner together for tonight. Just so I can kill two birds with one stone. I don't have a fork out already, okay. I'll give those another minute, then I think we're going to have the moment of truth when I go to turn these things. Okay. Alright, now I think we can get where are the... So yeah, I'm still working on getting dinner stuff together off shot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give these a turn. We'll find out if the ingredients hold, or if the fixins hold. Come on. This last one, there we go. I was going to say that last one didn't want to turn. But yeah, it looks like everything's holding in there. I'm kind of relieved about that. All right, we'll give that about another 2 or 3 minutes. Looks like those are coming along quite nicely. I'll check on them in a second here. Oh wow, everything held. So, okay. I think these are ready to come out. I'll let these cool for just a little bit. Actually, let me go grab some kosher salt to season them. So here's the kosher salt. I've got the chimichangitas off shot. Need to get this all open. Okay. Go ahead to season these. They do not look like they want to season too well. Okay. Alright, so I'll give the chimichangitas a little bit of time to cool, and then I'll meet you guys back at my desk for the taste test. I was just looking for my Apple Watch there. So we ended up with a bunch of mini burritos and the 3 chimichangitas. So we're going to do almost a comparative taste test, and I'll tell you what I think of both of them. So first, we'll go for one of the mini burritos. This was definitely a pain in the neck to work with. So let's see what I think. Maybe it needs a little sauce of some kind, but they do have... Maybe I'll grab that salsa con queso that I was trying out. And now for the chimichangita. Still fairly warm, but I can handle it. This was definitely a lot of work for what well, it's pretty good. I'll have to see what I think when I actually try it with some sauce, but I think I'd feel better about this recipe if it was actually a full-size chimichanga rather than these chimichangitas, because those mini tortillas were really hard to work with, and I was having a hard time keeping even for the ones I was able to make for going in the oil, it was actually fairly hard to get them to seal up and keep all the filling from falling out. So I feel like I'd want to make the tortillas a little bit bigger. There was a lot of stuff that ended up going in the bin, which is unfortunate, but at least the rice turned out, so a link to that will be in the description as well. But that is Deadpool's Chimichangitas. Next week we're cooking the entree, Angel's Meatloaf Wellington. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.